Hello, good morning. Sorry, there was a delay and a pause. I've got a coffee, but you've got a tea.
Morning, everybody.
Chin chin.
That's mine.
Oh.
That's my one.
Mark. Oh, you never know. You might get the chance to buy one of those soon. How is everyone? Hilary Daly, good morning. Claire LC, Margaret O'Brien, welcome to Coffee Moaning. Welcome if you're listening on podcast. Look at my beautiful wife as she takes a seat.
Oh, I don't know about beautiful today.
Yeah, you are. In that sort of...
We got up about half an hour.
In that sort of gilf way.
I couldn't get up this morning. Morning, everybody. How are you? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to our channel. The Sawalha-Adderleys.
Hear everything I say.
I do, but sometimes I move on because I don't want you to go that way. So that's me saying to you, shut up.
I've been very, very nice today all morning.
20 odd years and you still don't get my messages.
It's been really, really
Stop.
Nice. Yeah, okay. I like this top. Who likes that?
No, you don't. You do not like this top.
I do. I like the way.
You do not. God. You are trying to charm me this morning. Last time you saw this top, you hated it.
No, I didn't.
And they probably remember.
No,
you said
the shape.
You said you hated it.
I did not. You know what it makes me think of? Star Trek. Oh. Do you remember when they used to wear that? Do you remember Uhuru?
It makes me think of, remember those spearmint opal? Well, they weren't opals because they weren't fruit, but they had like a spearmint opal, but they had like a piece of green.
Yes, I do remember those. Yeah. Do you remember mint tutti fruities?
No. There was no such thing.
They were green and white, square ones. You used to get the tutti fruities and then you'd have mint ones,
yes.
Green and white. They were so nice. Does anyone else?
I love minty things. I like mint chocolate.
Lynn Wright says they're called pacers.
Pacers. That's it.
You're here as an extension to our frontal cortex. Is that what it is? The other day I felt like I'd had a lobotomy. Anyway, how is everyone? I was with Nanny Di last night. She wanted to say an enormous thank you for all of your messages. She was watching all the comments and lives. She was in relative to her circumstance. She was in fine fettle. And we actually, in quite a poignant moment, Nads, I've shot a first episode of Green Fingered Hell this week. And in a poignant moment, we sang Blackbirds Singing in the Dead of Night together last night.
Oh, God.
Yeah. It was,
oh, my God, I'm glad I wasn't there.
It had
Your mum's not known for her singing.
It had the potential to be so moving in a sort of indie New York movie way, but it ended up being excruciatingly painful. And we both were wincing all the way through it.
Fruity Polos. No, Michelle. I didn't like Fruity Polos.
Carla Hatcham says, I just watched your Instagram post. Nadia, thank you for everything you do for Palestine.
Thank you, Carla.
Take it away. For anyone who hasn't seen your post, what did you post last night?
Well, they'll go and see it.
Oh, okay.
But I will tell you about it, actually. This is March the 7th. We have Children Not Numbers are doing, are putting on what they call a Night for Hope. And it's basically to raise money for a school. Do you know Children Not Numbers has only been running for just under a year? What they've done, they've got 180 people working with them. And they've got this school, they've got 300 children in it. And because all schools have been damaged beyond recognition in Gaza, there's been no education whatsoever. Their literacy levels are the highest in the world in Gaza. Do you know that?
When they're it's pretty. I wonder if that speaks to a striving for and a desire for education.
So education is extremely important, and that's why it's been obliterated. But rising from the ashes, there are all sorts of little schools popping up. So this event is on March the 7th. It's at the Qatari Embassy. It's 5:30 till 7:30. And if you go to Children Not Numbers, I mean, obviously these are very expensive tickets. They've got various speakers on and stuff. They're very expensive tickets because 100% of it goes to the school.
But it's a charity, presumably you can donate to and you can support.
You can donate to as well. Children Not Numbers, and check out my Instagram post.
Nadia sent me all what we call the assets or the elements for her thing, which I was editing at my mum's last night, and just wanted to say, as I was editing it, I was really, really moved. You're just so good at what you do. You pitch the messages just right. You know what I mean? So that when you get these really quite sort of vicious, nasty fuckers who try to pull you down, you realise the problem is only theirs.
Jeez, some of those comments.
It's quite frightening, the inhumanity of people.
I always just block rude and horrible, ugly souled people immediately. But the things that people say, and you just like, what kind of a life?
Yeah. Imagine being someone's mum.
When I'm asking for help for children, and you say all of this, and then you go to their accounts and they're like, I'm a mum of for, and I love yoga, and I am a therapist, or I am, and you just think, wow.
But, you know, someone did a study recently of the most common fake professions for trolls, and they're either pet rescuers, psychotherapists, or yogis.
Oh, so they're trying to tell you that they know about.
So what they're trying to do is that thing we've always talked about, which is trolls don't go for the obvious, you're a smelly this, that, and the other. They try to feign concern for another side of it and make out that you're not concerned, which, if you think about it, is entirely what most of the kind of anti-Palestinian posts are about.
Anti-children, anti-humanity. Let's just start saying that. Because that's what you are. You know, if you don't give a damn about tens of thousands of children being killed and also being just starved.
I mean, every day at around about 10 o'clock, I also stand in the street with a loud hailer saying, Danny Cohen, why don't you ask the BBC to ask Israel why they won't let journalists in first before you home in on kids?
You know, it's funny because when I do those posts, I put a lot of once I record it, I usually just do it once, right? But you'll know, because I go quiet most of the day and I'm walking around doing things. I'm thinking all day on how to pitch it right, how to not talk for too long, how to try and catch people in the first few seconds, how to, you know, so I do put a lot of thought into it. How do I try and, you know, make people feel something without insulting other people? You know, I put a lot into it, and it does make me laugh how base some of the things are that people say.
Absolutely.
I love it when they spell things so badly wrong.
Yes, absolutely. It's always great. Well, I personally love it when but I love it when people write a great long thing that's taken them quite a bit of time to do, and when they sort of end it with a question like, have you thought of this? You go, nope. I actually
one of the great comments the other day was that I was blamed because I am Jordanian.
Oh, right, yes. Of course you are. Because you're Arab.
It's my fault. It's my fault the Palestinians are having such shit time because my dad is Jordanian. But oh my God, here we go.
Well, there we have it. Okay, what we're talking about today.
Racism is rife.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Macron. Emmanuel Macron.
He's a little devil, isn't he?
He's a little devil in disguise. Is he in disguise? Is it just a little devil?
He's so bloody testosterone. It's oozing.
He's bursting with it.
It's like it's dripping off him.
You can smell you can smell the kind of just the French fizz.
I wouldn't be at all surprised that when the makeup artist slips in just before he does like an event. Mark, don't be like that today. Calm down. You're trying to go a certain way, and I'm not going to allow it.
And kicking, and I welcomed it last night. Welcome my naughtiness, please.
Stop.
Let me in.
I wouldn't be at all surprised when a makeup artist powders him down before he's on television, and then she takes away her powder puff and goes, "Good God,
merde,
testosterone is sweating from his very pores. He is just so masculine."
I think he's probably left footprints of testosterone going into the White House.
I loved it though.
Hang on. We've got some wonderful moments here.
The way he dealt with I just was like, oh yeah, I love a bit of that.
Well, I hate to say it, I thought it was a masterclass in how to deal with Trump. Hide behind him with your Frenchness. I mean, how wonderful to be able to pivot into your own language.
So smart. He's so that beautiful French accent.
Yeah.
He's very slim and toned.
Yeah.
And apparently Trump hates slim, good-looking men. He's like, he's in awe of them, but he doesn't like to be near them.
I love the fact that Macron's short. But
I can't wait to hear what Scaramucci says about how.
Oh my God, yeah, that will be fun. Anyway, so we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about.
Let's just do it now.
Yeah. I'm just going to give them the list of what we're doing. We're going to do artists fighting against AI, and we are going to revisit the lollipop body story because Suzanne Moore's written a piece today that's quite strong and harsh and opinionated, and we realised, as Nadia said, that we hadn't really read as many of your comments as we'd have liked.
Yeah, we didn't really read any. And actually, because it is a conversation, I mean, I know this at work, like somebody mentions this and everybody's chatting about it, makeup rooms fizzing about it. So I thought, we just need to hear more of what you thought on that.
Okay, so the first clip I'm going to show you, before we get into the kind of art of the handshake and the art of the deal, I just want to show you a particular moment around the fire at the White House. I love these moments where, sadly, the King of Jordan looked just so put upon.
I didn't think he was going to make it through to the end.
He looked like he developed all sorts of terrible kind of issues and was falling apart, bless him. So it was quite interesting to see Macron by the Oval Office, by the fire, taking questions. And they were talking about just to give you context, they're talking about the nature of the money given to Ukraine by Europe versus the money from Trump. And Trump's very much in the line of, well, Europe gave it as a loan or as
these
a
numbers
grant
have been blown out of the water,
exactly.
haven't they?
but this happens in front of. But watch this one. I mean, I often decry the French because there's that kind of tradition of the English and the French. But yesterday, I got a fat man crush on Macron. I thought, good on you. Watch this.
Watch the testosterone.
Will France support the U.S. being compensated?
I support the idea to have Ukraine first being compensated because they are the one to have lose a lot of their fellow citizens and being destroyed by these attacks. Second, all of those who paid for could be compensated, but not by Ukraine, by Russia, because they were the one to aggress.
Again, just so you understand, Europe is loaning the money to Ukraine. They get their money back.
No, in fact, to be frank, we paid 60% of the total efforts, and it was through, like the US, loans, guarantee, grants, and we provided real money, to be clear. We have 230 billion frozen assets in Europe, Russian assets, but this is not as a collateral of a loan because this is not our belonging. So they are frozen. If at the end of the day in the negotiation we will have with Russia, they're ready to give it to us, super. It will be loan at the end of the day and Russia will have paid for that.
If you believe that, it's okay with me.
Mr. President,
If they get their money back, we don't, and now we do. But, that's
We will
only
fight
fair.
positive.
Mr. President, should be more money.
If you believe that, you believe anything.
Look at the way he sat with his legs wide open. Sorry, I thought you were going to show the handshake
I
first.
am. I'm going to that. I said I just want to show you this first before we go to the handshake.
I think we should have gone. I think we should
No.
have gone in narrative order.
No, hang on. So, but what I just wanted to get across here was the fact that Macron was willing to cut across him, not only cut across him, but put his hand on
his
Trump's
thigh.
knee,
He squeezed his thigh and said, "If I can."
Demonstrated an efficiency and a nimbleness of foot around loans, grants, guarantees.
Sorry if I can just because he knows his stuff and he knows his figures, and you can't just tell a lie in front of Macron, and Macron's going to get down on his knees and kiss his feet.
Vic says,
which
love
is
the
what's
French
happening in
man's
America.
spread. Yeah, I know.
The French man's spread was, my God, saucisson.
It was sensational.
No, saucisson.
But that's a sausage, darling, and that's
Exactly.
rude. If I said it, you'd
I'm
say,
saying
don't
it instead of sensation.
take my sausage on hostage. Okay, let's watch the handshakes. You ready?
No, let go. No. Okay. I went to. Oh! Oh, they're holding hands. He's waiting to the bread.
Wow, what a date night.
Let's just
My thumb, not that's my thumb. Don't. I've got to go weight training today and I need that thumb.
Do you notice the way he winked at the press at one point?
Ooh la la indeed, Jackie Vellino. Ooh la la.
Oh, ooh la la.
Let's read some of these.
Macron loved that hand on thigh. Handshakes
He
between
loved
leaders
it.
are very telling, says Faith Goodman.
Aren't they?
Who is in power or who thinks
He
they
kept
are.
pulling his hand toward Laura Lou. Trump looks so intimidated. Well, don't forget, it's going to
We
be
do, Reese.
it's going to be weirder and weirder for Trump now when he travels out because he's in this bubble
Yes.
of
I think-
dictatorship in America where everyone is just agreeing with
I think
him.
he's got a little bit. What's it called when you can't go out?
Agoraphobia. He
I think
hasn't got agoraphobia.
No, I think he's got.
He wants to go around the world.
National agoraphobia.
He wants to go around the world receiving love because that's what
but he won't.
But maybe he's going to get a few little shocks.
Yeah, look. So Michelle says first dates. You two crap.
Yeah,
That was fun. Macron knows how to play Trump's ego. That's why Macron is so good. Now
That's why Macron is so good.
He's so good.
fucking. He's not going now. Let's turn around and talk about a bit of change. I'll send my troops.
No.
You know, he's just got.
and
He's
also
got je ne sais bloody quoi.
He's
I
got-
don't know what it is,
Yeah, I
but it's
know.
a je ne sais quoi.
you're absolutely right. But the interesting thing is, he's really gone and fucked Starmer over. because he swaggered in, hands shook, kissed the air, thrown this fact, thrown that fact, hidden behind his Frenchness, gone saucisson, I'm out of here, don't worry about it, you great big orange flapper. And then he's left, and now in comes the dry. I mean, imagine Starmer coming in. Oh, yeah, well, of course, my father was a tool maker, and it's changed, and we've got 10 troops. 10 troops. I mean, we haven't got. The army said we haven't got 20 soldiers to send out in any fit state. Bar set me tube. And on Thursday this week, Starmer lands, and I just got a feeling Trump's going to make absolute mincemeat of it. Great big orange flapper. That's what he is, Cassiar. He's a great big orange flapper. But here's some. Let's just relish the photos. There's lots of photos here.
I think he'd do something about his
Look at
colour.
Look at this photo. This is like look at his.
Oh,
Macron is
look,
cheeky.
he's holding his little thumb.
Look at Macron's face.
Oh, look at his little face.
Oh, yeah. Come on. Look at this. Come on. matey.
I wonder if on the car.
This is historic, obviously.
I wonder if in the car.
Look at him winking.
Oh look, he looks like he's going back.
Yeah.
Look.
Oh.
He looks like he's being goosed.
Trump. Looks like his hair's going to blow off. I mean, look at them here.
Oh, that was in the early days.
Yeah,
That fresh
look
face.
at the family album. Look at Trump going, yeah, I'm in there.
Oh,
bless them.
Lovely.
Look at this. He's taking him.
I mean, that is a lover's walk.
That's Trump taking him off to the Oval Office bedroom. Let's go to the Rose Garden.
No, I think
Let's go to the Rose Garden,
No, they're
Macron.
very loud. Coming from the bedroom into the rose garden.
Look, it's tiny.
No, I think over here there's a little table set up with some croissant and some coffee and orange
Baguette or
juice,
two.
and then they're going to look out over the rose garden.
Absolutely. But look how childlike Macron looks.
No, he doesn't look like a child. They look like Leville.
Oh, Leville.
Anyway, in this horrible world of political shenanigans, it's nice to have a little laugh.
Okay. Artists fight against AI.
That's fair enough. You tell me I'm not
Sorry.
doing.
Yeah. Artists against AI. This is curious. We talked briefly about this at the weekend. This is weirdly the Daily Mail and a number of right-wing publications that, under normal circumstances, I would say have no comprehension or zero comprehension.
Jenny
of the
J
art.
says it's like my husband when he feels frisky. Which one?
Which one?
Macron or Giant? What's it?
So the right-wing press weirdly have started a campaign saying, keep your AI hands off our artists, and it's supported by lots and lots of musicians. And this is the idea that many tech companies want to essentially trawler dredge the creativity, the works, the music, the images taken, photographs, films, written word of so many artists and have access to them to essentially push into generative AI in order to just expand AI's already burgeoning ability to make stuff like us, as if it's by us and all this kind of stuff. Now, of course, this leaves leaves all artists and all creators of all means incredibly vulnerable. And a part of the reason for this is that the Labour government are about to pass a law that are going to make it much easier, in a sense, for AI. This is very much MeTube's kind of specialist area. So, a new bill that the government are bringing through. It's really disconcerting. The government are bringing in a new bill where they're going to almost make it easier for these tech companies to do this. And of course, lots and lots of artists, weirdly backed, as I just said, by the Daily Mail, Sun, people like that, are pushing back against this. And one of the things that they did yesterday, which I thought was curious, a story broke yesterday. Kate Bush and various artists, Annie Lennox, Damon Albarn, more than 1,000 musicians released a silent album in protest at the UK's government's planned changes to copyright law.
Oh, I misunderstood you with that. I thought you said that AI was releasing a silent.
No, I knew you hadn't taken it in, which they say would make it easier for AI companies to train models using copyrighted work without a license. Under the new proposals being potentially brought in, AI developers will be able to use creators' content on the internet to develop their models unless the rights holders opt out. So that's majorly significant because it means that all of that kind of creation that may have taken years in some humans is immediately accessed and then turned into multiple different variations for these big tech companies. So there's a big public consultation. In the music of the future, will our voices go unheard? Kate Bush said in a statement. It just struck me as strange. I think we've talked about it briefly in the past. I don't know if do you have an opinion on this? Could you say AI turns you off?
but it's wrong that it does, because you know why it does, and I bet some people here think like this. I just feel so overwhelmed with the fact, I feel so powerless, because I feel like nothing we can do, nothing we can say will stop this. And Stephen Hawking always used to say the greatest danger to humanity is AI, and he was saying that 20 years ago, wasn't he?
Basically,
I just thought, again, like 1,000 kittens are out of the box and everyone's trying to catch the kittens and it's too late. And so I shouldn't feel powerless, but I do. I feel like there's so much that we're worrying about, you know, just the planet disintegrating apart from anything else, and war, and a maniac in the White House, and and Elon Musk. And then I think that is so vast, because across all countries, I mean, I saw a video, and I really hope it wasn't true, but like thousands of these robotic dogs in China. And I was just like, I shut down again. I thought, well, I can't even go there because it's so frightening. So it's so frightening, and this is so frightening in a different way, that I just do. I kind of like, I see an article and I go past it.
See, for me, this is as significant as when we hear of trawler ships dredging the entire, you know, bottom of the sea in order to get fish. They destroy the landscape behind them.
But look what happens. We are powerless as human beings.
Zoe, you're sort of saying what you're talking about. I mean, what this is, the idea here is basically the government's going to pass legislation that allows tech firms and AI creating companies that use AI to create content, to just freely steal or essentially use the works of artists within their kind of algorithm, within their kind of, you know, their AI technology, to essentially create stuff that is more human than human. You know, I don't know if everyone saw, but not that long ago, hang on, let me just finish this thought. Not that long ago, Instagram posted, many people were reposting, I think I reposted it too, a notice saying, when Instagram asks you for permission to use your creations for other research purposes and data purposes, just say no, because that's where they're going to take it.
Oh,
so this is already,
I saw that on my phone.
Yeah, this is already happening. I know Christos, who's a composer, he was kind of promoting it. Lots of creatives have already got on top of this, but this is legislation that's going to make it even worse. And I think the fact, I mean, Erin Bullimore makes a really good point. It's a fine time, isn't it, for the far right press or the right wing press to get on board with the arts when they have zero interest in freedom of speech, freedom of expression, or even funding the arts.
Can I just ask you something? Just because I don't engage with it much, I don't know anything. So, and I'm sure there'll be people here like this. So for instance, if we wanted to put, if we sang a song too close to what the actual song is like on YouTube, they would immediately, we'd be penalised on YouTube. Yeah. Right.
It's not about recreating what's already out there.
So this would, right.
It would be analogous to the artistry and creativity of, say, Marvin Gaye, who created all of his songs.
Yeah.
This generative, I don't know what it's, you know, this AI, the AI technology would be able to just purloin all of that material, not to make a Marvin Gaye, not to recreate any of the songs that he's done, but it would, and this is how the technology is so sophisticated, it would suck in a sense, all of the cues, all of the nuances, all of the details. Well, that's the point. But when people already use apps that are out there to make #1 hits with in the likeness of this, people are already being cheated. So if they can take even more, it's like the film Ex Machina, when he constructs the model or the AI woman out of his pornography searches online. This is going to be AI being able to be even more believably deceptive in its ability to create.
Yes.
There will in fact be more human soul in it, because they will have essentially
stolen from loads of souls.
Exactly. It's like taking body parts, I think.
Because I've always felt, okay, so years ago when people were talking about AI and stuff, and I was like, well, the best thing to be is in creativity, because robots will be able to, there'll be no mathematicians, there'll be no scientists, but you can't steal a soul. So creativity will be the business of the future, artists and musicians, but actually that's not the case. It can do it on crack, basically.
Exactly. And I think
what can we do though?
Well, one of the weird things I think we could do, and maybe this would be more effective than recording an album of silence in studios, because I didn't entirely I mean, what they were trying to say was this is going to be the sound of recording studios. But what I think they should have done was recorded stuff that you felt AI could never in a month of Sundays be able to reach to. What I don't think
Like what?
Well,
You've just said
exactly.
they can
No,
take your
they
soul.
can take everything. So in fact, if they'd recorded anything, AI would have taken it. MeTube says a good point. The default position should be the AI
Yes.
company has to seek permission, but no, they've put the onus on millions of
Unbelievable.
artists.
Is that true,
So
MeTube?
yeah, that's why we're being asked to opt out
Yeah.
rather than actually.
God, I hope I've opted out. Mind you, I haven't got anything anyone would want to steal.
But it is a problem because it means that if you're writing scripts, this idea that nothing's new and everything's a rehash of something else and everything's sort of derivative of everything else, yeah, that's fine. But when you're now as
Not
an
if you've created it
wait,
without knowing
exactly.
about any of that stuff, then it's new.
But imagine as an artist or a creator
It's
of
horrific.
anything, then thinking, I've got this other competition where big companies aren't going to be interested in this script because the studios will just get their AI to have purloined all of the details of every screenplay written, and it will pull together something very efficient.
I suppose the only thing that we have is the power of our pound. So if they have to say that it's AI, then we don't go to see any film that's AI. We
I've had
don't
an
buy
idea.
any record that's
I've had an idea.
Oh God.
Every artist should make really bad art.
Let's have a solid
Make
year of
really
shit
bad
songs.
art. Everyone should. They should have gone into the recording
We
studio
could
and
put-
just recorded
Let's
it
do an
badly.
album with Nanny Di.
Yes, let's completely confuse AI by creating
Nanny
stuff it
Di
thinks we think is good,
albums.
but it's all shit.
Do you know what Maddie said the other day to me? Oh my God, but she made me laugh so much. Our kids do make me laugh. She went,
That's the way to
do
do
you
it.
remember that phase when Nanny Di was singing a lot, Mum, and you thought you were going to have to leave the house?
Yeah,
Do you remember when she was going,
yeah. It was.
let's do
was an odd
album.
one.
Let's do 100 albums, Nanny Di. What do you reckon? Let's get you in the studio.
Yeah, this is interesting. Look,
That's a really good
yeah,
idea.
bad art. We need to create bad art. ZJK. This is a good point. AI might replace artists because it seems the youth with every new generation has a more basic and generic taste in music, film, art, etc.
Oh, I don't know about that,
I don't know
Sergio.
if I agree.
I think it's the position of older people to always say that about younger people's
I
music.
think the
for
system's
instance.
trying to make that happen.
But the things that our girls show us that they are seeing and getting inspired by online and de-incentivized, I have to say as well, because if you are, when we were young, if you were drawing something, you're probably going to see yours, your classmates, maybe occasionally go to a gallery, but you can open up the world and see everything, can't you? Think, oh, maybe I'm not that good.
Look, we've got some wonderful suggestions here. Oh, sorry. Country Pumpkin says Nanny Di sings John Denver would be an amazing, amazing album. Dawn
Let's
Decker,
do
yeah, the
it.
idea is like Les Dawson playing
Oh,
the piano.
There is a bad art movement.
There is a bad art movement.
us
Oh,
more.
there you go, me too.
Tell us more, me too.
I think we,
In this vein to sort of hit back.
Dear Heart, Nanny Di sings Gaga.
We could
Nanny
go back
Di
to
is the secret weapon against AI's trawler dredge of creativity.
we could go back to Gaga's old style where she dresses her in a steak and all of
Yes, she loves steak, my mum. When she can
When
eat
she had
it.
her teeth.
When she had her teeth. Apple is taking data protection of all UK products. Apple USA not happy keep getting sued by other countries.
Apple is taking.
Yeah, I mean, but why? That's why the Brutalist is such in an interesting spot with the Oscars, because it's winning huge this year. Will kick down the door for AI. AI, okay, it's an interesting one.
What do you mean?
Well, I'll tell you.
Oh yeah, go on.
AI was used. I don't know what you think about this. So Felicity Jones and Adrian Brody, they star as, I think they're Hungarian of origin. AI changed their pronunciation. Soften the vowels, sharpen the U's. Yeah.
That's terrible. What, did the actors go mad?
No, the actors knew, and the director only revealed this after it had been nominated for Oscar. There's a huge outcry in Hollywood saying,
Well, there should be a huge outcry from the actors.
yeah.
Mind you, if you think about it, post-production is all about that, isn't
you
it? I
could
mean,
argue,
a
what's the difference?
bad editor could ruin a good performance. So I suppose people are used to handing over their performance, but to that degree,
Well, it's an interesting one
That's
because
awful.
all audio at some point, whether it be text,
is fiddled with.
EQ'd to death, so to make it warmer.
But you know what? It's like for me, and our girls say this now as well. What is it when they? God, what's it called in movies when they create a huge crowd?
Extras.
No, like fake crowd and fake.
Oh, CGI.
CGI.
Yeah.
Everyone was really excited about CGI. Now I actively avoid a film with too much CGI because I don't feel the same way.
Yeah,
you can tell, and it's weird, and it even if it's really good, I just feel funny about.
It's weird you should say that because and this is a very rarefied detail, but I find most Netflix and streaming shows now intolerable because green screen and CGI is used all the time for every
So
car
maybe
scene
we'll
now. I
we'll
hate it.
start going back to retro. We'll start wanting more.
Not if they've got AI, because AI will just recreate it.
Just got to quickly go through this.
Okay. Well, anyway, we're signing off. We were going to do lollipops, but we're done.
Oh,
Yeah. So you're right there.
I'll wait then.
For what? Say
Say
goodbye.
goodbye.
All right, guys. So look, if you
Can
haven't,
you go and check out my Curly Cooks Croyd? No, not Curly Cooks Croyd. If you can follow us on Curly Cooks Croyd as well, because we're doing a giveaway this week. I don't want anyone to miss out on here at the Curly Cooks Croyd on Instagram. And also, if you do care about Palestine and what's happening, if you go to my feed on my account, Nadia Sawalha, like, comment, because the comment is important for the algorithm, and also it pushes out the trolls and the horrible people, and then share it. And you know, if that's the thing to do, you know, if people can't give money or can't like post themselves, by sharing posts of people. Annie Lennox is a good person to follow as well, and share hers. Miss Anne Harriman, all those people. Keep getting the word out. We cannot forget these people. We just can't.
no. All right, guys. We will keep the lollipop bodies for another day.